So next was Cage against Bryan Danielson. I fast forwarded through most of this because I'm tired of watching Bryan Danielson wrestle 12 to 15 minutes every single week, and I know what the finish is going to be. It's like I know the guy's a good worker, but it's like I get it, and I just wanted to see what the finish was. He landed a leg trap German suplex, but Cage did not sell it. Then Cage powerbombed Bryan into the ropes, then delivered a second powerbomb, and then set it for the third, where Bryan rolled him up for the win. I thought that was like, it's like that kind of. It's like
let me tell you what
powerbombed him for a second with just roll. I don't like that.
I saw this match, okay,
and now, they did no selling at the end, which I don't like. The last 30 seconds was just no selling their moves back and forth, which I'm not a fan of.
Okay, I thought that the one good thing they did is they capitalized on what they did last week. So like a week ago, MJF, you remember, paid Brian Cage. Remember, he slapped him to break Bryan Danielson's arm, right? Mm-hmm. And then that's what he tried to do during the whole match. He was just working the arm, and
good psychology.
Right. Here's my question, dude. This is the AEW. Can Cage get just one win to make him credible? Bro, just one. Because you know what I'm saying? But this kind of gives Danielson an out in that Iron Man match if he's going in injured with a bad wing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the storytelling's so obvious. That's what I don't like about it.
Right. Then let me just say this. Takeshita came in.
No, let me read this. After the match, Cage landed a modified gory special, put a lot of stress on Danielson's arm. That looked very devastating. I'm still confused as to what that move actually was. Where it looked like he just jammed his arm into the ring to the mat. So they wrapped Bryan's shoulder in a chair and tossed him in the ring steps, and Cage tossed Danielson into the ring, where MJF rained down right hands on him. And Cage trapped his arm in the chair again. MJF went to the top rope, but then Takeshita ran down to the ring, and MJF cleared out, and then he cleared Bryan Cage in the ring with a running knee strike, and then Takeshita checked on Danielson, who wore a pained face. Let me ask you a question. What happened to the Blackpool Combat Club?
Bro, that's my question. So why wasn't Utah out there? Why wasn't Castagnoli out there? Why did Takeshita come out?
Right. So
Regal left. I don't know if that kind of made them put the brakes on it,
Yeah,
so
but it was weird. It was weird watching Danielson.
I know.
It was weird watching Danielson getting beat up 2-on-1 and nobody was coming to help him. He's supposed to be part of the group. But I will say this. So did you hear about Ric Flair buried Takeshita on...
Yeah, his chops.
Okay, and then everybody came to his defense, and actually Don Callis came to Takeshita's defense and actually tried to make a point that Takeshita was a better worker than Flair. Okay,
what?
That's what the tweet.
That's pretty good.
Go, Joe. Look up the tweets.
I am right now. I like that.
There is no greater worker than Flair. Bottom line.
And if Ric Flair's giving you criticism, you take it, and which is what Takeshita did. He took the criticism and stuff, but of course, the AEW fans got to bury him and stuff. But I'll say this, bro. Takeshita ran in, and this run-in, bro. This is a run-in. You don't throw legal forearms. You're not going to get disqualified. If you don't know how to throw punches and fight to help a guy that's getting beat up 2-on-1, it's like this is not your spot. He came in and gave us some weak-looking forearms, and then did some knee spot or whatever. But I'm like, dude, it's like throw some smoke, beat these guys up.
Because most of these guys don't know how to punch.
They don't know how to punch.
Here's the other thing. I did like when Danielson caught Cage in that label lock. And then he got out of it, and he goes, "Who's better than Cage?" Obviously, an homage to his boy Chris Kanyon.
Right. Yeah. So the next was Toni Storm, who turned heel last week, and we still haven't heard any explanation why she did. But again, she's heel now, and she's wrestling Ruby Soho. And the wrong person went over here because you just turned Toni Storm heel, and she was the bigger girl and better worker in this match and looked more physical and violent. Ruby Soho does not know how to fight for real. I bet if she had gotten a real fight with one of the girls, she'd get the absolute kicked out of it because she throws forearms like in hockey, like a check. Like she's going like this. Like her feet are flat-footed. She's got no body motion or torque. She's just shoving her forearm into the girl when she strikes.
Yeah.
And it looks atrocious. It's like she doesn't know how to fight. So she shouldn't.
I never really saw what was what made her.
She doesn't know how to strike. So this is what I tell professional wrestlers when I train them. Bro, if you have something that doesn't look good, stop doing it. Because when you do something that doesn't look good, you don't look good. She doesn't look good when she's striking the girl with the forearms because they look like Like literally, they didn't look like they could hurt like an 8-year-old girl. You know, so it's terrible. So then Britt Baker music played.
Right.
She walks out on the stage, and that distracts Toni Storm, and allowed Ruby to land her finish for the win. So that was weird. I didn't get that. Here's
the thing. So, Toni Storm helped Soraya. I think it was last week. Beat down Willow Nightingale. Okay.
Right.
And then Ruby Soho came out to her aid. So I like the booking thread here. Finally, they're kind of like the cage match. They kind of followed what they did the week before, which has not always been the case. Okay.
Right.
I thought this match was good. What I didn't like is when she was faking that injury, which is so overdone, and you knew what was going to happen. It happened. She was faking it. Okay. Serves you right for believing her. I don't understand why Ruby Soho isn't with the WWE team and she's on the AEW, because that's so easy. It would be her, Soraya, and Toni Storm, ex-WWE against the AEW girls.
They kind of like tell them like the Ruby Soho was an AEW original kind of, right?
Which she's not. And so that I don't like. I think, and this might be where Tony kind of was reading the room's temperature. I think he's seen how people were turning on Toni Storm. I said it before. I've always been a big Soraya fan, but she got stale quick. And I think people weren't really behind her. And I think he knew they were going to turn on them. So he turned them, I think, But, and of course, no matter what, if she's not wrestling, Britt Baker has to be on the show. I mean, this is incredible. She's so overexposed.
So next is
this is just real quick. The Don Callis, Takeshita, Flair stuff. Sorry.
Right.
The one tweet just says, no, or I bet Flair would have took those chops. He would have wooed all the way to the hospital. And Don Callis says, no, Flair was very tough and he took a lot of punishment. Takeshita is just a far superior athlete. And then later he responds to the same guy who says, or he's responding to a Flair clip. And Don says, as I mentioned, Takeshita is twice the athlete and a better wrestler than post-'89 Flair.
There you go. He may be more athletic, but he wasn't the wrestler that Ric Flair was.
Better wrestler than post-'89 Flair.
Right. Yeah.
From 1990 on, Ric Flair, right. Takeshita is a better wrestler.
He was still putting over bums.
We got to get Don on it. We got to get Don on this show.
And think about 92 Rumble Flair and Vader at Starrcade.
Bro, I wrestled Flair in 97, 96. And he was still good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're still great.
Yeah. Yo, what up? This is Konnan, and I host Keeping It 100, my co-host, Disco Inferno, unfortunately.
Well, I'd say you're my co-host.
Listen, every Thursday here on Spreaker, we talk pro wrestling, sports, movies, music, TV, pop culture, and some politics. It's everything the rest of the pro wrestling podcasts are not.
Tune in to hear myself, the superior one, educate and inform.
Tune in to hear me bury Disco.
That's very disrespectful.
Join us every Thursday on Spreaker and keep it 100. Boom!